Hello, everyone. First of all, for the Jews listening, I'd like to say Happy Rosh Hashanah. I believe it's the Jewish New Year, and what a symbolic, impactful way to start off-brand October than a late release as a Rosh Hashanah miracle. Now, I think it's really important for Off-Brand October to start these episodes off with just a bit of positivity. And today's bit of positivity is courtesy of a quick Google search. I typed in "women in fall inspirational quote" and then was led to a wayfair.com canvas print that says the following. Giveaway alert, tag 5 of your friends in the last post on @JackieSchimmel, and maybe you could win this beautiful little quote. Cue the music. She was beautiful, but not like those girls in the magazines. She was beautiful for the way she thought. She was beautiful for the sparkle in her eyes when she talked about something she loved. She was beautiful for her ability to make other people smile, even if she was sad. No, she wasn't beautiful for something as temporary as her looks. She was beautiful, deep down to her soul. She is beautiful. By F. Scott Fitzgerald. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Off-Brand October. I am your host, JackieSchimmel-Haas, and this month is going to be a month of reflection, a month of growth, a month of inspiration, a month of leaves, a month of hats, a month of ironic mugs and sweatshirts that, leave a little bit of sparkle everywhere you fucking go, which we know is not many places because you're bored and you're miserable. But we're back. I really am going to buy that. There really is going to be a giveaway. Wayfair.com, roll the fuck through. Can you imagine walking into someone's house and they have a canvas with that quote in bare sight? It's like, one of my really good friends, Ruth Ann, I love her so much. When we lived together for a while, and then she moved into her own place, but in the same complex as me. And the first time I went over to her apartment, she's giving me the tour, the kitchen, this, dining nook, oy vey's mirror. And I go into her bedroom, and in the corner of her bedroom, she had just gone through a breakup, okay? And she had just hired a life coach, which I'm like, honey, you've got me right down the block. You need some tough love. Give me a phone call. But I think she was looking for like a bit of a gentler approach. Also, if you're watching the video, the hat is irony. This is a lack of color. Is it lack of color wide brim hat for fall, y'all? So ugly. You know what's crazy is that I bought this in all sincerity. To quote the great Ramona Singer, I actually bought this because I was like, maybe I'll wear it to Lollapalooza. And she fucking did. And I have regrets. Speaking of regrets, I walk into my friend Ruth's bedroom and she had, one of those mosquito nets that drape over the bed that you could have bought from Cost Plus World Market a la 2001. True story. My dream. When I was about 11 years old, I begged my mother. I said, all I want was like one of those mesh, like canopy bed overlays that you could get from Bed Bath & Beyond, Cost Plus World Market. It's basically like a plastic ring with a mosquito net that you drill into the ceiling that gives you like a fairy tale drapery. It's very boudoir photo shoot. Like it's like a Pacoima fucking boudoir shoot. That's what it is. But anyways, I digress. So that's all I wanted for Hanukkah. I think I eventually was able to get one, but not for aesthetic. But I did have a bit of a like mosquito allergy. So my mom was like, fine, we'll fucking give this bitch this dumb little net for about a year. And then I got over it. So I walk into Ruth's bedroom And nestled in the corner is like a purple plush beanbag, okay? One of those fairy tale mosquito nets, a little cup of Milky pens with like all these little pens with little like floofs on the back, and a stack of self-help books and journals, and little twinkle lights adorning her mosquito net, okay? With inspirational quotes all over the walls. I believe one of them was feel the fear and do it anyway. And I swear to God, I think it was she believed she could, so she fucking did. I walked in, I looked at Ruth and I said, what the fuck is that? She's like, oh, it's just like my little me time corner. I said, if you ever want to get fucked again, you need to throw a bomb in the corner of this room. We need to eradicate whatever in the fucking self-help fuckery is happening in the corner of this bedroom. I don't know shit about feng shui, but I know that this is a boner deflator like I've never seen one before. You're going to bring some dude back here. He's going to look above your bed and see she believed she could and she did. And then he's going to go look at your fucking twinkle lights with your Cher Horowitz Clueless pen and your 86 journals. And he is going to headbutt his way out of this goddamn apartment. We need, like, this is a big fat fucking no. You might as well have a collage. You might as well have wallpaper of photos of you and all of your ex-boyfriends, okay? And then dead relatives on the ceiling, okay? Because nobody is getting laid in this fucking bedroom. Not the vibe. She didn't listen, and I believe she did get laid in that bedroom, so joke's on me. But anyways, she leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. She goes, how was my weekend? Let's do a little catch up. It was interesting. Me, Andrew, Clyde, my 3 nieces and nephew, and my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, we all hightailed it for a wedding to Santa Ynez, did a little wine tasting, did a little Santa Barbara. You know, going from 1 kid to 4 kids and the traveling arrangements and the coordination and the personalities and all of the necessities that 4 children require really left me the cores cue breathless, because I was just, you know, you're never really fully relaxed around that many children because one goes down and then the other one's hungry and then the other one. And I mean, I love them all. They're perfect angels, except Clyde, Al-Qaeda. But it was exhausting in a way that I didn't know could be exhausting, because Clyde already exhausts me. But then you add 3 more kids and it's just an energy shift, you know, and it doesn't matter how well behaved children are. It's just a completely different animal. I'm a hands-off mother. So if we're at a winery, I literally take Clyde. I find a shady knoll. I lay out a blanket. I throw 700 pounds of snacks in a circle around him like an animal. And then I plop him down and I go sit and I have my cocktail. And that's just the kind of mother I am. It's called Montessori mothering. I believe in independent play. I went on a school tour, by the way, last week, because I was not aware of the school application process. I was raised by wolves. My mom, drop kicked me into the nearest fucking kinder care and called it a day. I don't think there was an admissions process. So I went toward a couple different schools. One of them I absolutely loved. It was like a barn. You know, kids are eating dirt. There's chickens. There's horses. They have them gardening. And I'm I'm into child labor. So whatever this is, I'm down. And I was just about to sign on the dotted line. And then I got this notification about a new school. It's a learning institute. Okay. And it's very bougie and it's very they have their philosophies on the child rearing. And I'm okay, even the intro email was too long and wordy for me. I got the first sentence and I was okay, this seems legit fine. So in theory, I want to be a granola crusty mom, throwing my kid in a barn, tending to wildlife. But in reality, I do think that Clyde needs a bit more structure. Okay. So I go to this school and the woman is taking me around and it's these are white oak European wood chairs. These are weaning chairs. We believe that the children should dine together on organic oats. You know, the whole fucking spiel. We believe each classroom is an environment to nurture the spirit, the mind, the heart, the soul, the anus. I'm okay. I was we have music classes on Tuesday and Friday. Plus we do do impressionist art on Friday. We also offer organic cooking classes and Ujjayi breathing work for the children. It's like 9 Perfect Strangers with all these kids, but the kids are cute. They look like they're very interactive. They were like doing all of these weird like castle building, yoga, scarf work, painting, pottery, foresting, microgreens. It was fucking adorable. So I go, okay, this looks good. So what's the availability? Like, when can I sign him up? They're like, well, first you're going to need to apply. The child's going to need to be admitted. I'm like, he is like banging his head on a wall. He's eating glue. Okay. He literally shoved a wood chip up his nose yesterday. Like, what do you mean? He needs to be fucking interviewed? So I get the application and immediately, I was never enrolled in college. I didn't graduate high school, obviously. So like, I was like taking this very, very seriously. I made myself a very frothy martini and I was schmoozing. We had to give background information on me, and Andrew, I was like, Andrew, a musical prodigy since age 6, would love to enrich the other students' minds with his knowledge of the music. I basically volunteered Andrew to go perform for the kids. I was like, as a media enthusiast, my intel on the digital media universe and blah blah blah. I was razzle dazzling. I downloaded ChatGPT for a couple of the answers, which I've been pretty anti-AI because I'm like, no one can take my job. No one's got my sparkle. And I was really on a ChatGPT bender. I am still fucked up from watching Eureka. What was the movie? Euphoria? Eureka. Ex Machina. I really saw all of that going down. I was like, this is the future. I will not be utilizing AI, but like in a pickle, throwing words together. What a delight. What a gift. What a treat. So shocking news to no one. We were admitted instantly. I was told there was like a year wait list, but the theme of this episode, she believed she could, and she did. Clyde was accepted into the Institute of Learning. He'll probably get kicked out because, I don't know, Al-Qaeda has his way about him, but pretty exciting stuff, okay? We're getting educational up in this bitch. We have structure. We are introducing structure, and I don't want to brag, but Clyde is 14 months old, and he's had no screen time. And I also worked that into the application because I was like, I think it's expected and, dare I say, cliche that, 2 parents heavily involved in the entertainment and music industry, which is also low-key a lie. We practice really hands-on parenting in the home. We plan on nurturing his creativity, his interests, no matter what they are. We love fresh fruits. We love being outdoors. We love nature. Just recently, we took Clyde to a series of 18 different wineries. He was also at the Rosewood in Santa Barbara, where we let him roam free on the extremely manicured lawns and sit in a high chair facing the wall while his mother had lobster tacos. We believe in discipline with a gentle approach, which is also not fucking true because I ain't raising no motherfucking pussy up in this house. Anyways, so that was fun. Happy Rosh Hashanah, everybody. 1 second. I used to love spending hours and hours cooking my dinner for my family of 2. But now that I have like a little psychopath under this roof, I dread the what are we having for dinner conversation. Okay. And, after Andrew and I, well, maybe tacos, maybe we should have this, maybe we should have that. Then we just inevitably order takeout because it's just too late. I always feel better after a home cooked meal. It doesn't matter the healthiest takeout you can find. I always feel bloated and sodium retention. And that is why We love Home Chef over here, okay? Home Chef makes it so easy. It also saves you money. It provides fresh ingredients and chef-design recipes conveniently delivered to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients and easy instructions, speedy recipes ready in less than 30 minutes, my personal favorite, oven-ready kits with pre-chopped ingredients, or quick microwave meals that assemble in minutes, Home Chef has you and the entire family covered for delicious meals without the hassle. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs, so you don't have to worry about what to make ahead of time. Not only is it convenient, but it is economical too. So Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries. Home Chef even has a delicious kid-friendly family menu with 18 new options each week. It is picky eater approved. It also takes the stress out of dinner time. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life, and of course, free shipping on your first box. This is the deal of a century. Go to homechef.com/Bible. That is homechef.com/Bible for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. Homechef.com/Bible. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. Are you in pain after walking, running, or even just standing? It's not your feet, it's your shoes. This fall, switch to G-Defy shoes with patented VersoShock technology, which aligns your body, provides superior shock absorption, and trampoline-like energy return. G-Defy offers soles and styles for any activity, plus 2 free orthotics. Whether you're an athlete, a busy parent, or always on the go, G-Defy shoes deliver the comfort and versatility your feet crave. Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to unparalleled support this fall. I recently went to the Cabazon outlets and I needed superior arch support, hence my G-Defy shoes. They're a go-to because they're so comfortable and stylish. Enjoy a special fall offer. Visit gdefy.com and get $20 off your order of $100 or more with code BIBLE. Experience ultimate comfort with G-Defy shoes. Visit gdefy.com today. Speaking of sparkle and relaxation and decompression, so we got back from Santa Barbara on Monday. I was exhausted, tired. I also had the best time at Andrew's cousin's wedding. I mean, there is something so spectacular about going to a wedding where you don't know that many people and the music is good and the booze is good. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous wine. The food was to die for. There was a point in time, I never left the dance floor. Okay. And I was dancing by myself, Q Robbins, dancing on my own, which is exactly what happened. I had a beautiful glass of a Grenache Syrah blend. Okay. The wedding started at 4, which is perfectly in my time parameters. I don't believe that you can play music after 10 p.m. It's a noise ordinance compliance rule. I don't know, whatever it is. So I knew that we had a hard out at 10, which is perfect for me because my internal hard out is at about 8:45. After 8:45, if I'm anywhere, okay, I'm internally, the pilot light has gone out. So I could be on reserve fuel. I could still act like I'm having a good time. I could still have a little sparkle in the eye and a sheen on the cheekbone and a martini in hand. But I want you to know that I disassociated the minute that it turned 8:38 p.m. So at that point, we're not having an actual experience together. If anyone listening, anybody, okay? It's performative, it's hollow. I'm basically a hologram at that point. But so I knew I had that 10 p.m. cutoff, okay? I had my glass of Grenache and I had a freshly baked warm chocolate chip cookie with a little bit of Malden sea salt, okay? My hair was slicked back. I looked so cute. I was wearing this coral bubble, silk kind of Carrie Bradshaw dress with a green metallic Bottega heel, an embellished matching green bag, courtesy of Fashion File, plug, off-brand October. And I was swaying under the myriad of disco balls, okay? Just swaying to the music, okay? They were playing, God, what was it? Oh my God, I know exactly what it was. First, it was 360 by Charlie XCX, okay? And they really got the dance floor pumping with all the classics, Earth, Wind and Fire, Madonna. It was just, there were no duds in the playlist. It was just play the motherfucking hits, okay? No weird, obscure bullshit. So I'm locked and loaded. They're playing 360 from Charlie XCX. And I'm climaxing obviously because I'm having my brat girl summer, ironically with my bag and my shoes. And I'm like, it's brat. I'm brat. My sister-in-law's like, what's brat? I'm like, we need to have a very long talk. My sister-in-law, we're about the same age. We're a year apart. She is so gorgeous. She's so cool. She had no idea what brat girl summer was. I was like, and I'm screaming at her on the dance floor, by the way. I'm like, you don't know Charlie XCX? You've never heard this song before? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to blow her ass up right now. I'm sorry, Allie. Gimme More came on right after that. And she's like, wait, who sings this? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, is it Lady Gaga? I said, you need to get more gays, okay? Well, you don't know. By the way, that's a whole side conversation. You don't know who sings Gimme More? And I was like, I'm screaming at her, okay, with my glass of Grenache and my cookie. I'm like, it's fucking Britney Spears. She's like, oh yeah. And I was like, you are too pretty and too young to not know who Charlie XCX is and who sings Gimme More. Granted, I am a flaming homo in a woman's body, but like, this should be in your DNA. Then Blow the Whistle came on and she knew every fucking song. She's like, this is my favorite song. I'm like, what? She's like, Blow the Whistle. What? Knows every single word. And I'm like, I need to like hose you down in a corner and really do some deep diving here because I am perplexed. Anyways, I'm in the middle of the dance floor, okay, swaying to something. And all of a sudden, Robin, Dancing on My Own comes on. And I was quite literally dancing on my own, having the time of my life, like just eyes closed, just sweating my tits off. It was a magical experience. And I'm like, maybe I should like there needs to be a geriatric club, okay? There needs to be. Come on, look into the light. Oh, is there anything more annoying than when you need to sneeze and it's right on the tip of your nasal passages, your deviated septum nasal passages, and then it doesn't seek fruition? It's so fucked. Anyways, there needs to be some type of a geriatric club, okay, that like a millennial club that opens at 5:00 and it closes at 8:38 p.m. just to like fit my time zones. And they need to play just all like, I want someone to play That Was Her, Baby, This Is Me, by Dream. And like, oh God, like You Only Get What You Give by New Radicals, Name by the Goo Goo Dolls, Dancing on My Own by Robin, Tearing At My Heart by NSYNC, I'm a Slave for You by Britney Spears, Summer Sunshine by The Corrs, Torn by Natalie Imbruglia, Stay by Lisa Loeb. And it's like an admit one club where you intentionally go by yourself. You're not trying to mingle. You're not trying to meet a dude. You need to isolated dance, not with people. This is like this is like an introvert geriatric nightclub. And I know my theory on introverts, 99% of the time, if you say that you're introvert, you're a whore, or you're an extreme extrovert and you're saying you're introverted because you're actually extroverted and you want attention. So you're trying to mind fuck people by being like, I'm actually like introverted. No, you're not. If you feel the need to tell people that you're introverted, you're a whore. You're a whore and you're extroverted and everybody knows it. But like we play this little game like, no, like I'm actually like, I'm a bookworm. Same thing. Bookworms equal whores. Introverts equal whores. Now, with that being said, anyone who knows me, really fucking knows me, knows how insanely overstimulated I get. And my default setting, like my most relaxed baseline point of joy is me being alone all the time. There's never been any point in any part of my day, at any part of my life where I thought this would be better if someone was with me. It's always the opposite. It is always, I wish I was alone. And it's actually not a good thing. It's something that I have worked on because I find it to be really, really odd and not in a pick me girl way. Not like I'm just so weird. Like I love myself. I love being by myself. Like I'm just like so content. Not like that. Like I'm so burdened by external people, places, or things that I'm only ever truly relaxed when I'm totally alone. And guess what? Newsflash, I had a baby, so I'm like never fully alone. Even when I'm alone, I'm still tethered to another human. And it's something that I've struggled with, quite frankly. So we're going to deep dive that in therapy, just making a little mental note, going to flag that one. But yeah, dancing on my own to Robin, like there has to be some outlet for people who have strict time parameters, want to be alone, do not want to socialize. I want to be able at my club that I'm going to open, Club for One. I'm gonna think of like a cool name. Even when you go up to the bar, like what you want to drink should be in your profile, so you actually don't need to make small talk with the bartender. Here's the problem. This is my burden to bear, is that I want to be alone all the time. I never need to speak to another human being again. If someone came down and was like, listen, like it's just you roaming the planet for the rest of eternity, I'd be like, sick. But like, the grocery store is going to stay open? Like I'm still going to be able to, like, you know what I mean? I'd be totally fine. Like streaming services still happening. Am I going to have my stories, that sort of thing? But I'd be 100% fine. The problem is that I talk to everybody. Everywhere I go, I am schmoozing. I am talking. Oh, how's your kids? Oh, yeah. Do they start college? Oh, tell her I say hi. Great to see you. Love your hat, by the way. And I'm not being full of shit. I'm doing it for the experience. I enjoy it during the moment, but then I'm so severely depleted. It's a real case study. We got to deep dive. I need a professional psychotherapist on this podcast, because I just, as a personal journey for Rosh Hashanah, okay? We're repenting, we're reflecting. We're repenting and we're fucking reflecting. Speaking of reflecting, after being with all of those people, dancing on my own and all of the children and all of the things, we got back from Santa Barbara on Monday. Tuesday morning, that was yesterday. This is the reason that this episode is late. I repackaged it and said, let's put an episode out for Rosh Hashanah, off-brand October. But the reality is that I needed a day of decompression from all of the people. And I woke up at 6:30 a.m. I took a horse bath, and that's also a lie. I took a full shower. I take 2 showers a day and a bath. My body is immersed in 3 bodies of water every single day. And I don't talk about it because of the California drought, which I do think is a Ponzi scheme and a scam, because we got so much rain last year. My backyard flooded 4 times. So the drought is not applicable in my home. Therefore, I will continue to take 2 showers a day and also a nightcap bath, because you can't take a bath without a shower. You just can't. Then you're just marinating in your filth, and you're dirty. You're dirty. You're disgusting. You're a whore. You're a bookworm, and you're an introvert, and you're disgusting. So I woke up at 6:30 a.m. I made myself a matcha to go in a Crew Stanley cup, which I do own and hide. And I packed 2 tangerines and some pistachios. And I drove 3 hours to the Cabazon Premium Outlets. I told no one. I had to tell my assistant Josh, because he was asking me he was asking me, hello. I just had a stroke. He was asking me work questions, and I was not responding. And I'm I was going to pretend that I was being with my family, and I'm hey, so I'm at the premium Cabazon outlets doing an infinity loop, and I can't talk right now. And he's I totally respect you 100%. I would be doing the same thing. I said, thank you, Josh. So I just went fully off the grid and drove 6 hours round trip yesterday. It was 104 degrees. I got there right when they opened at 9:58. Okay. I did work. I was power walking. I had a crossbody bag. I was wearing a sensible athletic shoe, a legging, a breathable t-shirt, a sports bra. I mean, I looked like I crawled from the desert. Speaking of Rosh Hashanah, the Jews walked through the desert, and so did I. But I walked right into the St. Laurent outlet. I bought boots. I bought a jacket. I bought a dress. I bought 2 tops. And I think that's it. So, it wasn't as successful as it could have been. I'm white knuckling this mic, because shopping haul coming soon. You're welcome. Oh my God, I just realized 30 minutes in that I was going to do an AMA episode, and I haven't even tapped the goddamn surface. I consider myself somewhat of an in-home sommelier, And I think knowing about wine is important, and you can do it from the convenience of your home with our next partner, Naked Wines. Naked Wines has changed the game for learning about wine without having to take a whole class about it. This podcast is sponsored by Naked Wines. Naked Wines is a subscription service that directly connects you to the world's finest independent winemakers so you can get award-winning wine delivered straight to your door. For my last shipment, I got their sparkling 6-pack, and I am loving the bubbly, honey. Naked Wines believes that great wine is an experience, and they're all about helping you connect with your friends, family, and community over a shared bottle of vino, okay? Turn off the noise of the outside world and uncork a bottle to celebrate the little joys in life. What's great is that Andrew can pick out his own wines for the shipment and I can pick the other half. That way we're both happy. We love compromise in this house, okay? Naked Wines has been around for over 15 years and funds over 90 independent winemakers around the world. You can also pause and cancel anytime, so it makes it super easy and convenient for your schedule. Join the Naked Wines community and head to nakedwines.com/Bible for 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. That's nakedwines.com/Bible for 6 bottles of wine for $39.99. This may come as a complete shock to you, but I was never great at school and I had a very difficult time picking up languages. So I have been trying to spruce up my French lately, and I downloaded Rosetta Stone because, I mean, if I don't learn French soon, like I have to. It is quite literally my only goal. So Rosetta Stone to the goddamn rescue. Rosetta Stone is the most trusted language learning program. It's available on desktop or as an app. They have been a trusted expert for 30 years with millions of users. They offer 25 languages. They've got Spanish, French, Italian, German, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, Arabic, Polish, basically anything you want, they've got. They also immerse you in so many ways. There is no English translation, so you really have to learn to speak, listen, and think in that language. They have such an intuitive process, so you pick up a language naturally, first in words, then phrases, then sentences, so you're actually retaining the language long term. They also have a built-in true accent feature that gives you feedback on your pronunciation. Their lifetime membership offers all 25 languages for 50% off, which is a steal. Don't put off learning that language, Jackie. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a very limited time, the Bitch Bible listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/Bible. That is 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/Bible today. Exciting news. I forget what I was talking about before this. Oh, I was supposed to be doing an Ask Me Anything. We're going to get to those questions. You know, for the whole month of October, I'm going to do AMAs for part of the episode because I just want to connect with my community that I've spent so many years building and nourishing and nurturing, because I just want to be like so connected. Also, okay, listen to this. I just signed up for Cameo. I am doing Cameo for charity, and the charity is I need to rip out my flooring, and I need European white oak floors, and I also need herringbone flooring in my den and a couple guest bedrooms. Actually, no, I'm going to do it in the office and the den. And flooring is expensive, and fixing a slab link is expensive. So that is the charity. It is, you know, it's a bit of a nature. Let me see how I could rework this. Wood flooring charity. It's about preserving the trees, the oak trees, and by preservation, they will live in my home on the floors. So we are just saving the trees by cutting them down and making herringbone flooring for my den. It's for charity. Speaking of charity, Naomi Campbell is in some dicey water because allegedly some of her philanthropic funds were used for luxury spa days, et cetera, et cetera. I don't fault her for it. By the way, Naomi Campbell, I don't fault her for anything. Did she throw a bedazzled phone at her assistant's face? Allegedly. Do I think that's a little bit funny? Allegedly. Like, I don't want to live in a world where we have to pretend that we don't think that's funny. Is it abusive? 100%. Can two things be true? Would I ever throw a cell phone at somebody's face? Yes, actually, I have. As I was saying it out loud, I was like, oh, right. That is the week before I got engaged. I still have the cell phone. It's in my dining room. I like to bring it out at dinner parties just to show people. We did save it. You know what? I got to find it, maybe in the garage. I bought an acrylic display box for it that was like underlit, and it kind of cost a lot of money. Who knew acrylic display boxes were so expensive? And I was going to engrave the phone because it's like an iPhone 1. It's from literally 10 years ago and it's gold. And I was going to like put our anniversary date and give it to Andrew as a gift. He'll never hear this. I got to figure that out. So have I thrown a phone at somebody? Andrew. Yeah, who cares? Big fucking whoop. But like, it's not funny. That's the truth. And I know, skewer me alive, get a shish kebab, go to Zanku Chicken, and shawarma my ass up because we're not allowed to say things are funny. That's wrong. It's abuse. Yes, it is. But she threw a bedazzled Nokia flip phone at somebody. And then she just apologized, and we just like kept it moving. She's Naomi Campbell. Who cares? By the way, I would pay, let me put a real number on this. I would pay $3,000 and not a penny more to have Naomi Campbell throw a phone at my face. I'd have her aim right for the fucking nose. You know what that means? Free rhinoplasty. Think about how many wide brim hats and knee-high flat boots I could get with $3,000. I could go get my kiddo some hunter boots, and we could get matching boots for the family. For the family. I've got to get my hands on a pair of Fry leather knee-high boots for the fall harvest. We're going to the pumpkin patch. Yikes. I'm going to Boston next week to host a funeral for a Brand campaign, Off-Brand October. She's doing it. I told you. I fucking warned you. And that's going to be fun. I'm going for literally 24 hours by my lonesome. So don't come and try to like rape and kill me. It's not worth it. You don't want me. Trust me. Trust me. I think about that all the time because I do travel solo a lot, but like I share my locations. I'm like very, very vigilant as a solo traveler. But like, do I worry about being sex trafficked? No, not really. With these tits? No. And I'm just so genuinely annoying that I feel like they'd be like, ugh, I cannot with this bitch. And they would just throw me to the wayside. So P. Diddy's going to rot in jail, huh? I think P. Diddy is going down. And I hope that they are very, very diligent and very violently aggressive, the social justice system, with persecuting people that protected him and that participated. Now it's become a bit of a witch hunt. Like you see all of these things on TikTok with anyone that's ever been photographed with Diddy or gone to a Diddy party. Like I'm sure he also had like a Ciroc launch party. I don't think that he was gang banging underage children at the Ciroc launch party. You know, Kim Kardashian or Khloe Kardashian going to a party at his house. I think that there's definitely two tiers of his parties. I don't think anyone that's ever been to a P. Diddy party is guilty by association, but people that were participating in the sexual abuse of minors and grooming and basically talk about sex trafficking and like keeping women as like animals in cages for sexual pleasures. I hope they fucking go down. And like I've said a million times, P. Diddy, she believed she could and she fucking did. She wanted to get butt fucked with a strap on. Guess what? Get your colon ready, P. Diddy, because you're about to get tossed the fuck around. Okay. Your asshole, get an ice pack for P. Diddy's asshole. Get it ready. Okay. Whatever prison he's headed to, get the freezer ready and get some ice packs because P. Diddy is going to need to sit on some frozen peas. You heard it here first on the Bitch Bible podcast. Woo! So anyways, back to Naomi Campbell, my queen and goddess. I fully got sidetracked there. She's in a bit of trouble. Now, someone like Naomi Campbell is not managing her own funds. She definitely has a wayward business manager, and I blame them. Also, charity starts at home. If she needs to decompress with a, laser peel, with a, what's it called, Morpheus 8 facial, and she's dipping into charity funds to do so, like, she's a national treasure. Let her do it. I stand by her always and forever. The end. In true off-brand October fashion, we are going to answer some questions from my Ask Me Anything prompt that I posted yesterday while I was at the Cabazon outlets, sweating my tits off, my dick and my dits off, okay? Did I have a double-double in Yucaipa off the side of the road with a Diet Coke? Yes, I did. And that's why I'm puffy today. Did something happen to your pup and I missed it? This is a overarching theme of my social media presence. Everyone thinks that Leo died. Leo did not die. Leo is still very much with us. I'm not Julianne Hough. All of a sudden my dog's going to disappear and I'm going to be like elusive about it for 5 years and then be like, oh, they were eaten by a coyote, and then do like a weird ceremony where I'm laying on the ground. And I know it's in poor taste to talk about someone who's grieving, but it's been 5 years and I just feel like it was... If I'm being honest and I'm being a cunt, I think that the whole dog gate of Julianne Hough and like the mystery and her not like clarifying what happened for years feels hinky. Everything about Julianne Hough feels hinky. And I know I said I was never going to talk about her again, but like, do we need to see you twerking in your sauna with a bucket hat? No, we don't. Do we need to see you laying on the ground with dried fruits and dried flowers and crystals on your dog's death anniversary, which you didn't discuss for 5 years, and then all of a sudden they were eaten by coyotes? I find it to be a little odd. I don't know. I was on a weird TikTok algorithm. You can look into it. Okay. I'm not saying anything. I'm not alleging anything. I find her behavior to be odd. Coming from someone who's doing an off-brand October, wearing a wide brim hat, sweating my dits off in a robe, answering questions from strangers on the internet. That's my consensus. Anywho, Leo is alive and well and still kicking. Hey Jackie, what's your favorite alcoholic martini? This person, I'm gonna remove them as a follower. I only drink vodka martinis, and I gotta tell you, I was on a beluga spree for years and years and years. I'm a Belvedere girl. Not sponsored, just true. It's organic. I think it's smooth. I think it's light, and baby likey. Baby like me. Will you have more kids? 500 people ask me this. You know, if I'm being totally honest, I thought that I was going to knock another one out pretty quickly. That was like kind of my like low key under the radar goal. I was like, you know what, Andrew, let's just like bust this out. I was like kind of planning on trying to get pregnant like nowish. And I have since changed my mind. I want Clyde to be a little bit more independent, and I want to like fully absorb him, and I need more time on the clock. Like I gotta say, like some people take to motherhood really easily and say that it's supernatural, and I'm not gonna like, if I'm being very, very honest, I do think I'm very maternal. I've, by the way, had to be maternal because my mom died, in case you didn't know. By the way, to the people that say that 75, and there's one person that says 75% of my personality is that my mom died, which is so hilarious and so untrue. Do you know that someone I work with very closely, I'm not going to like blow her up, but she came over to like do some work stuff. She didn't even know my mom was dead. Okay. And we've been working together for years. So riddle me this, Rebecca. Fuck off. Point of that is that I've had to be very maternal, and I've had to step it up and take care of my sister and my father and a bunch of other fucking people. So you don't get to look at me just because I'm not goo goo gaga. Like I don't love all children. Just because I don't wear a necklace that says mama bear on it doesn't mean that I'm not fucking maternal. I play into it for shtick and sport because I know I'm a great mom. You got that? Those are gifts you'll never have. So don't fucking try me. Anyways, I would like to be present for my child a little bit longer, and then maybe like in a year, I'll get it over with. Here's the truth. I'm like not dying to have another baby, but I don't want Clyde to be an asshole. I need him to have a friend, and I don't know. Not anytime soon. But yes, I think I'm a 2-kid cap gal. 3 is not for me. I can't do 3. It's just, it doesn't work with my lifestyle. This week's episode is sponsored by Squarespace. The last thing I want to think about is digital ad advertising. Oh God, even just saying it makes my throat close up. When I had to make a website promoting myself, I considered cutting off my foot instead. That was until I found Squarespace. They make it so easy to build a website and really stand out and succeed online. You create a website that is beautiful, you engage with your audience, you can sell products all in one place. I love their analytics tools. Squarespace makes it so easy to get insights on top traffic sources, understand how your reach is growing, sales metrics, etc. Everything is so fully integrated and clearly displayed. It's so easy to use. Squarespace is such a great option because of their video collection. So you can upload video content, organize your library, showcase your content on gorgeously designed video pages. You can even sell access to your video library by adding a paywall. They have such a seamless checkout process. If you're selling products, merchandise, it's just the easiest, best website builder, period. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Historically speaking, the week before my period is an absolute nightmare. My skin is weird, I'm moody, my cravings are diabolical. I would crawl out of my own skin if I could, but luckily it's so much easier to manage PMS with Estra Control. Estra Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Estra Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, so it's perfect for premenopausal women who suffer from PMS. Ding, ding, ding! The ingredients in Estra Control help support the liver, where estrogen is processed. So when the estrogen isn't processed well in the liver, women may start having PMS and all the terrible symptoms that come with it, okay? For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Jackie at checkout. How would you describe your home decor style? I would say that it is like 1960s London, kind of like Parisian, Hollywood, Regency, maximalist, but like very like French 1960s sex coke den with like, you know, chic mixed. I don't really know. Honestly, I have no fucking idea. I like fabrics and I like old school fabrics. I like, like I love like House of Hackney. I love like Scalamander. I love wallpaper. I think it's very influenced by fashion because all my oh my God, I'm disgusting. All of my wallpapers, or the majority of my wallpapers, are like fashion brands. So, I mean, this is cringe, but it's Off-Brand October. Like the majority of my wallpapers are Gucci or Missoni or what's the other one? I've got Missoni. I think, or I have, oh God, I got to give a huge shout out. Gracie Studio did my hand painted tiger wallpaper. They have the most beautiful wallpapers. They're very traditional, but they are stunning. Stunning. Like they need liners. They're silk. They're gorgeous. And also like Schumacher makes beautiful wallpapers and fabrics. Like I'm very, very into textiles. A funny thing about me, I love fabric. Like I go to the fabric store that's right down the street from my house and I will sit on the floor with books for 5 hours and that's like my joy. And then I buy fabric and then I just recover things. I just recovered these chairs with an S. Harris fabric. I mean, this is as niche as it gets. I love like Liberty London fabrics. I love Clark & Clark fabrics. I love Schumacher. I love Scalamander. I love House of Hackney. Like I know so much about fabrics and I know so much about paint colors that it's actually embarrassing. It is my side passion. What is on your coffee table now that Clyde is old enough to fuck it up? I'm going to say something that is unpopular here. I believe in discipline and boundaries, and I am not living in a Chuck E. Cheese for the sake of my son's environment. That's just not what's happening here. I'm not covering my fireplace. I'm not taking things off tables. He has to learn that he can't fucking touch shit. I have a playroom for him where he is quarantined with all of his fucking things. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not going to take my books off the table because, Clyde thinks that they're confetti. He's going to have to learn that he can't fucking touch shit because I want him to be able to go into anybody's home or any hotel or any restaurant, and I want him to fucking behave. I'm a little old school with this type of stuff, and obviously, am I going to protect the outlets and not have loose wires around? Sure, if I have to, but I have not changed anything on my coffee table. What do I have on my coffee table? I have fresh flowers always. I'm always serving Shiva florals in this house. When you walk in here, it will always look like someone has died. And I just received a lot of floral arrangements. It is very important to me. I cannot sit in a space without fresh florals. Andrew thinks I'm crazy. We could get off of a 13-hour flight and I will pull over and get flowers because I know that when we go home, there won't be any and I can't enjoy my space unless I have flowers. It's just one of my cute little quirks. So I just have stacked, tons of stacked coffee table books, which people do say are basic, but that's okay. And then I have fresh florals. And then I have this amazing, oh God, I hope she doesn't hear this. Actually, I already told her it was hers. And she was like, that's cool. And I was like, yeah, it's yours. And she's like, oh my God, I gave that to you. And I was like, no. But she did, and she can't take it back. I stole from Jennifer Lawrence's house a vintage 1970s Gucci ashtray with this floating hollow steel disc that looks like a spaceship, and it sits on a big piece of crystal. And when I was robbing her, she was like, oh, do you want this? I swear to God, I took it. I looked, I was like, this picture's crazy. This is really cute. And this is really nice. And I definitely did some type of a first dibs reference point. And when she came over, I meant to hide it, but it wasn't hidden. And then I accidentally told her that that was hers. And she did not recall giving it to me. And I don't care. I'm never giving it back. So joke's on her. Be more stringent with your home accessory giveaways. Not my fucking problem. Not my fucking problem. And so I have that. And then I think that's it. It's really all you need. What's the next question? Lots of these are fucking stupid. No shade, but how have you managed not to get canceled? LOL. This has come up a lot. You can never get canceled if you never get greenlit. That's the first thing that everyone should know. Secondly, you have to allow yourself to get canceled. I talk about this often. I am not at all insecure or nervous about anything I say because I know that I am cerebrally and morally equipped to defend myself. So if I say something that is fucked up, which I never do, I know that I am able to articulate myself in a way where people would understand the intent. And the intent is never to really hurt someone's feelings or say something that truly offends someone. That's also a lie. Sometimes I just think things are funny and I don't really care about the repercussions. And that's another way you don't get canceled. I think when people are too careful, an audience is so much more susceptible to try to catch people. If you are yourself all the time, on a mic, off a mic, with strangers, with your loved ones, with your best friends, there's nothing to cancel because it is all out there. This is psychology and psychological warfare 101. If you are always being fully transparent, then everything is out there. So it's really hard to cancel someone that will not allow themselves to be canceled. My biggest regrets in the almost 11 years I've been doing this is times when I've apologized for things that I wasn't sorry for or that I didn't actively participate in, or that, because I was scared. Never let fear be the compass of your life. There was a point in time where I was getting kind of canceled by proxy, and I got really, really scared that like my livelihood was in jeopardy, and I freaked out and was so careful and was so nervous. That lasted all of like an hour and a half. And then I thought, wait, I have nothing to fucking hide. I have nothing to hide. I know at the end of the day that I'm trying to think of like things that people would get canceled for. I'm not problematic at all. I know it. I could say really fucked up shit, but I know inherently I'm not problematic, so I've got nothing to guard or to hide. Obviously, questionable Halloween costumes. Are they there? Yes. Have I talked about them? Yes. Have I deleted my Twitter? Yes, sure have. But inherently, I just don't worry about it because I'm not a fucking idiot, and I know exactly what I'm saying all the time. I think that there is this folklore of me being extremely unhinged. And I think I play that into that a little bit sometimes. And I don't like when I do that because it does feel inauthentic. It feels shticky. I hate to say it. I'm not unhinged. Like, Jackie, wellness check. Every time someone DMs me that, wellness check, really, girl? You good? Always. Dude, always. Like, locked and loaded, solid. I only do it for sport, and I hate when I do it because I feel like that's so cliche. It's so tacky. It's so done. It's so tired. Like, wow, like I'm a mess. I'm unhinged. I'm crazy. Yeah, kind of like in practice, but in actuality, rock fucking solid. Life has tried. I've been hit with tsunamis, with tornadoes, with earthquakes, all metaphorically speaking. Unjilted. I'm an unjilted woman, okay? And I'm not jaded. I'm not jilted. I've got clear fucking optics. I'm a happy person. This feels like it feels very doth protest too much, but I'm not getting canceled. You can try. You can always try. I encourage it, but it's just not happening. Thank you. What do you imagine your life will be like in your 50s? Well, if I haven't killed Andrew off for insurance money so that I can move to Montecito and like start drinking Greyhound martinis at the Honor Bar at 5 p.m. every day with I imagine myself in like a Brunello Cucinelli sweater with a like linen pant and like a sensible flat, like really great blonde hair color. Definitely like some type of Brunello cardigan thrown over my shoulders, like just a really fat diamond tennis necklace and like no other jewelry. And just like kind of bohemian, having a Greyhound. Clyde will have, let's see, that will be in 15 years. Oh, Clyde will be early acceptance to MIT. He's like an app developer, Silicon Valley, but like cool, like a cool nerd. I'll probably I think by 50, I'll probably have like a local Montecito like radio show. I'll be like the Howard Stern of Montecito, like a really small market. And Andrew, if I haven't killed him, will still be working because we do not believe in retirement in this household. I just don't get like a retired lifestyle. Like when I see like bros in their 60s, like on the golf course all day, go to work. It's good for the brain. Okay. It's good for the bank. It's good for the brain. I don't believe in retirement. That's just me. I imagine 50 years, Clyde will be about to go to college, or no, he won't. He'll be 16. He'll be driving some form of a sensible sedan wrapped with my local Montecito radio artwork, like with my face on it. That's the only way he's getting a car, is if my face is on the outside of it, like with branding. What is your definition of a soulmate? Oh, I think soulmates come in all shapes, sizes, and roles. I think you could have a best friend that's a soulmate. I think okay, this is hard. She's being vulns. Off-brand October. Okay, I have 3 soulmates. And I always have said that since I started liking Clyde like 6 months ago, I do believe that Clyde is my soulmate. We look into each other's eyes. I just feel him. And I don't think I'll feel this way about any other children I have. Clyde is my soulmate, period. Andrew, I mean, he's like also kind of my soulmate. And Max, my best friend, is my soulmate. I have 3 soulmates. Max is my, like, literally, no one makes me feel more comfortable. I say this in front of Andrew all the time, hoping that he'll get jealous, and he doesn't. He's like, that's so special that you have that. And I'm like, okay. I think when you feel totally yourself around someone, when you feel better as a pair than as a solo entity, but also like you should feel fine as a solo entity. I think that when you just feel totally yourself, totally comfortable, but like also like the best version of yourself and like connected, you know, when you're with someone and a lot of the time it's a best friend, it's your husband, it's whoever, and they know exactly, doesn't matter what you're acting like, if you, like they know what's going on with you without you having to say anything, that's soulmate shit. That's soulmate shit. I'll be with Max and like he reads my energy in a way that is like unheard of. We've known each other for so long, but it doesn't even have to do with that. It's like they're on like a deep cellular level, you understand people and you feel so safe and yourself, even like the worst parts of yourself. Like that is just, it's a beautiful thing. And you don't need a husband to have it. You don't need like, it comes in so many forms. I think that a soulmate thing, like people think that that's just your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. And that's amazing. But having someone that's like a platonic soulmate is so important. I do think Clyde is also my soulmate, but we're also to be wed soon. So who knows? Do you identify an enemy everywhere you go? Yes, I do. I mean, I think that rage is fun. So I do like to look around and I do identify an enemy everywhere I go. That is like, so maybe we're soulmates. That stings in the right places. Yeah. I do hyper focus on strangers and it's something I'm working on, but I can get really worked up about nothing. And I do it for sport. And I do it for a caloric burn, if you will. On that note, soulmates, I will be back next week with some more fun content for my girlies. Light your pumpkin spice candles and, you know, leave a little sparkle everywhere you go this week. Spread joy, spread positivity, and be the best you can be today because tomorrow's never guaranteed. That's a quote by Sarah Bareilles. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. Recently, my podcast network got me a television commercial, which I have not seen, but have been told about many times from strangers and knobbers. And that's what we call a micro hyperflex. Yes, I have a commercial for this podcast because I'm very successful. And even though people don't acknowledge this as a legitimate career, Google me, bitch, as Kim Zolciak once said, and thank you. So I've been getting a lot of 1-star reviews from Brendas in the Midwest who saw my commercial and then popped on over to my feed and listened to about 35 seconds and are truly appalled. Hopefully the F. Scott Fitzgerald quote at the beginning of this week's episode garners a couple more positive reviews because I've never been better. Thank you, everyone. Chit chat next week. Have a blessed day.